Pixomondo is a renowned visual effects company, both Oscar and Emmy winning, that's very recently made a very large pivot into the virtual production and real-time technology industry.
Virtual production is a very broad term, but in terms of Pixomondo, it's in-camera VFX using an LED volume for a final pixel.
We've been doing visual effects on Discovery since season 1. And as we began to push and move more and more towards real-time technology and virtual production, Star Trek was the perfect candidate. I mean, we are quite literally building the holodeck for real for Star Trek, and therefore it really truly made them the perfect partner to kick off Pixomondo's virtual production endeavors.
We had to shift this entire studio mentality from traditional VFX into the Unreal Engine and real-time engine. So we have to think about performance, we have to think about cameras running at 24 frames a second, and we have to think of it in terms of like a video game.
Pixomondo has been a great partner. We are in almost a daily conversation with them about how we can battle test these tools and make sure that they're getting better and better.
So during a shoot, you have a large group of people, and upwards of like 100 people on set running this giant contraption and trying to sculpt and create these beautiful looking shots.
Every second on set is a lot of money. If one machine goes down, that's a massive chunk of panels on the wall that are turning black.
We need to make sure that it runs reliably and that we have little to no hiccups throughout the day.
That's why our very first flagship facility is being powered by 11 Lenovo P620s, each equipped with the AMD Ryzen Threadripper PROs.
The hardware and software requirements for virtual production are very demanding. So you need high core count, and you need ultimately a significant amount of bandwidth. And that's what AMD's Threadripper PROs bring to the industry. They give you that ability to throw anything that you can at the system, and it's going to meet the demands of the creatives.
One of our first environments to go to stage was the Moonlit Mausoleum, one of the largest environments that had to be created for the stage at Pixo, and naturally it was one of the first.
Which was I would say a 2-kilometer deep cavern filled with intricate instance geometry, all in direct bounce lighting.
How do you make that run real time on a wall while keeping traditional VFX quality and fidelity? And that's where light baking came in. So CPU light mask is a way for Unreal Engine to take all this nice global illumination and bounce lighting and bake it down into light map textures to provide not only fidelity and lighting, but performance.
Leading up to the shoot date for Moonlit, we came down to 8-hour bakes. That's not gonna fly. So this comes down to getting a number of these P620 ThinkStations set up, hooked up to a swarm.
At 9 p.m. we had the last round of notes. We had an 8 a.m. shoot. So by 5 a.m. we had submitted the light bake to the swarm network. By 6 a.m. it had finished, and by 8 a.m. we were shooting Moonlit Mausoleum. You know, we didn't really know if that light bake was gonna make it. It was gut-wrenching, but after that, we felt this sense of freedom that, oh my gosh, we can do anything. We wouldn't have been able to shoot Moonlit Mausoleum without the AMD Threadripper PROs.
One of the final environments in the show was the Peregrine cargo hold. This environment was especially CPU intensive, just because there were a lot of physics effects going on with the sparks ricocheting off of various crates.
Also, every single virtual fixture can be controlled from the production via the lighting console. But as soon as you start to get more dynamic, that's when the CPU-specific workloads increase significantly. And I must say we're very grateful that having the Threadripper was exactly what we needed to push us over the finish line.
This ability to engage with this world means that there's a lot of processing that is going on in the background, and it's products like AMD's Threadripper PRO, which is enabling this to happen in a way that our creatives can just engage and not have to worry about the technology.
I think the hardware that we selected, the AMD Threadrippers and the Lenovo P620s, have never failed on us on that stage. They're going 2 years strong now, and they are under heavy workloads. Virtual production right now, it's still very much in its infancy. There's so much more to solve, so much more to unlock with this technology, and we're just getting started.